guys, it's Ron Bass. Yep, that's me.
Wrong sport.
With another edition of the Ron Bass Show, your source for inspiration, encouragement, motivation, dry humor. Mr. Brent Atterbury. What say you, sir?
It is getting a little toasty outside.
A little toasty.
Here comes the summer.
Here comes the summer. 2 weeks away, at least as far as the
Calendar.
calendar, but
The
feels like it
temperature
already. Yeah.
says it's summer.
We're here in the United States, so we got a lot of viewers and listeners in other countries, so they're probably pretty warm too. Europe and Russia and all over the world where
Better
there's-
than being hot.
Yeah. I don't think we have too many customers or too many viewers in the cold state or the cold countries.
Might.
Let's see, Greenland's the cold country, right? But everybody thought it was the warm country.
Well, in the
And then
winter,
Iceland's the warm country, right? Is it backwards, I
I
think.
think they both have cold
Is
winters.
that it?
Yeah.
Interesting. At any rate, so here's a cool story. Speaking
Oh,
of temperature.
I like
Cool, get it? Cool.
cool temperature story.
So, here we go. This morning I was talking to a customer. This is kind of an interesting experience for me. And the customer was asking about, this is in my home repair business. She was calling and saying, my refrigerator isn't working and I don't know what I'm going to do with my food. I could tell she was older. And I said, well, we could come out for you and take a look and try to figure out what it is. What am I going to do with my food in the meantime? I says, well, you could go get some ice buckets and ice chest, and you can get some dry ice. Do they still make dry ice? I said, yes, ma'am, they do. Go to the store. Some stores sell it. And she says, well, I don't know what to do. And she said, what's your name and what's your phone number? And I said to myself, or she said, yeah, I've called so many people. What's your number? And I thought to myself, that she probably isn't going to give me the order, because usually when they ask that, they're probably not ready to say, okay, like they're going to call me back, and they don't. Sometimes they do. So I said, have you got a pen and a paper? She says, you know what? Let's just end the call right now. That insults me. I'm 86 years old, and you've just insulted me. Let's just say goodbye. And I thought, wow, to myself, what did I do wrong? But I say that to say this, guys. Sometimes you can be as sincere as you think you are, but people can take it the wrong way, and that's just life. She probably already had her back up a little bit because she was elderly and thought somebody could take advantage of her, and maybe she was just didn't know what to do. She seemed kind of panicky to me.
Wow.
So then I was questioning myself. What did I do wrong? All I was suggesting was, are you ready to take my number? Rather than, can you memorize it? Because you seem so rattled that I don't think you can memorize. Maybe that was her impression that I was giving her.
Very few people can memorize a phone number within seconds. Most people will write it down. I know I would.
But she took that as an insult that I
You
would
didn't
even
know that she had a photographic memory.
Exactly. But I say that to say this, guys. Sometimes you can be in a situation where you're totally taken back, like I was, and you question yourself. But in the end, really and truthfully, it's nothing you've done wrong. Generally, it's the other person. They've got thin skin, they've got a bad day, they want to take it out on you or whatever. So just like the old saying, water off a duck's back. When things aren't going right and you're disappointed in a situation, it's okay. Just keep trucking, man. Thought that was kind of an interesting little story that happened just this morning.
Yeah.
In my life.
Yeah.
So anyway, not a big deal, but okay. Here's some really cool news about cancer. Not that cancer's cool, but they've got some new strategies, and this new strategy for treating cancer is increasing the lifespan by up to 50%. So let's say you had this cancer, whatever it was, and whatever kind it is, and they said you've got 2 years to live. Now you may have an extra year to live, as an example. So it's not like they can cure it, but they can extend your life even more now because of better treatments. And what it is, it's some kind of a treatment that's telling the cells to stop producing the cancer cells. So, I mean, they're getting to the nitty-gritty of this whole cancer thing, where they're getting better and better and better at least managing and helping to control and at least slow it down, so to speak. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anything to do with improving people's lives or helping them to live longer and be healthier.
I agree.
That's got to be a plus, huh?
Yeah.
Did I tell the Cuba story last week?
I don't.
I've got a customer that's
No.
she's probably 40 something, and she drives a truck, and we did some work for her on one of her vehicles. At any rate, she was telling me she's from Cuba, and she has been over here maybe since she was a teenager, but her father still lives in Cuba, and her mother still lives in Cuba. And she said that it's gotten so bad over there. And the reason I'm saying this is because we think we got it bad in the United States. Wow. She said they have no power, no electricity, no gasoline. So they're having to, like cook things outside literally in a barbecue, like a fireplace or something. And they're walking everywhere. She said if you get sick, good luck, because no ambulances are working. The hospitals are full. She said if somebody dies, they just leave them in the bed, or they just put them in the hallway at the morgue. I mean, it's that bad in Cuba right now. Now
Wow.
the elite, of course, they probably still have some amenities, the top 10% maybe, right? But man, that's crazy. I remember when I went over there years ago. I think I told the story. This was like years ago, and it was like a third world country then, 30, 40 years ago. But this is like even beyond that now. So when we start complaining about things, we need to put things in perspective and say to ourselves, wow, we're probably a lot luckier than we realize.
Yeah.
Right? Sounds like you were going to say something.
No.
Something on the tip of your tongue.
I think we just go through life sometimes with blinders on and go throughout our day and don't realize, it could be a lot worse.
Which brings me to my next comment, which is don't take anything for granted. And we
Wow.
tend to do that.
Yeah.
I tend to do that. Like,
Yep.
I'll go
Like
along and I'm
everybody.
complaining about this, complaining about that. We talk about this all the time. You have to just take a step back, take a deep breath, and recognize, man, we are super lucky if we've got our health, if we've got our ambition, if we've got our whereabouts. Compared to a lot of people, I'm seeing more and more and more homeless people. It's really sad, man. And you want to be able to help them, but you really can't help them. It's got to come from them. You can give them money, you can clean them up, and usually by the next day they're back on the street again. Not always, but quite often. That's their lifestyle. They've gotten into this rut, whether it's mental or physical or, ooh, here comes the train.
Somebody hit their goal.
Somebody hit their goal.
That's loud.
Yeah. Speaking of trains, I've got a good friend. I was at the gym today. He's a conductor. And I said, how you doing? Are you busy? He says, oh yeah, I'm really busy. And sure enough, just after we talked, his phone's ringing. They called him into work again. He's working like 80 to 100 hours a week on the train.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a good thing for him. He's making a lot of money, but on the other side of the coin, he enjoys his free time as well. But good guy, really good guy. Works out every day. Been seeing him in there for probably 10 years. And he's got to figure it out, man. The money's fine, but you got to take care of your health. If you don't have that health,
Yeah.
mental and physical health, money means nothing.
That's right.
So I hate to always preach on that, but it's just the way it is. Yeah, we have to learn to appreciate where we're at in life, but it doesn't mean we shouldn't be setting goals. Stay ambitious. Always important to try to reach new heights, yes. But at the same time, man, we need to appreciate where we're at and don't take anything for granted, ever, because you never know when things are going to change. And when it does, here's the other good news. You can learn how to manage the downs. We talk about this all the time, too. Don't let things stop you from accomplishing your goals. Just adjust. Sometimes you got to step back, take a look at things, what's going on, why is this happening, make a list, and figure it out. There's always a solution, guys. And then once you solve that problem, guess what? You're probably going to have another problem.
Mm-hmm.
Mental, physical, health, psychological, family, friends, relationships, money. Something's going to happen. You're going to go, dang, why did that happen? That shouldn't happen. I can't believe that happened. Can you believe that? Yeah, I can believe anything. Somebody told me the other day, I guess you've seen a lot. Yeah, I've seen a lot, done a lot, but I'm sure I'm going to see a lot and do a lot more. That's just life. There is no final destination. Everything in life is a journey. It's all flow, all flow. And we reach a goal, we set a new goal. Reach a goal, set a new goal. Education is probably the most valuable tool that we have is to learn. always be learning. Always be learning your trade, learn new trades, just keep learning, keep reading, keep being around good, successful, ambitious, progressive people. That'll make a big difference in your life right there. We talk about that all the time. You've got to have good mentorship in your life. Somebody you can sink your teeth into and really believe in, that can believe in you. I have found this to be true in many different times in my life. Currently, I have some people in my life that I really feel comfortable with, that are being very supportive, very helpful. But I'm learning a lot from these people. So you never reach a point where you're there. You're always on the journey. Just put it. I think that's the best way for me to put it.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a Debbie Downer. So I was reading an article about marijuana, and I think we might have talked about this already, but this new study suggests that it lowers your memory, and it also increases the risk of suicide, depression, and anxiety. It doesn't mean that you're going to have these things happen if you smoke marijuana, but they did a study of 1,000 people, and the results was that. And they gave more specifics, but the reality is your odds, the chances, the percentages go way up if you smoke pot all the time in those areas. And I don't know about you, but it's hard enough, to be able to get through life as it is without having that going against you. And the reality is, if you got things bothering you so much that you've got to get high every day, you got to take a hard look at yourself and realize something's really going on here that's not good. I got to fix that. I've got a friend right now that's, I've been working with him off and on for over a year, and he was really like a hermit. But now he's kind of coming out of his shell a little bit. He's losing weight, dramatic in a very dramatic way. He's lost over 100 pounds in the last year. He's got about 100 pounds to go. But the reality is, food's an addiction. It helps people to get through their struggle. And when you have that kind of weight, you obviously have a poor self-image. When you have a poor self-image, you don't feel good about yourself. You don't feel good about yourself. You don't want to be around people. You don't even want to be around yourself, but you don't have that option. But what I'm getting at is, as his weight's coming off, he's feeling better about himself. Now he's beginning to get out a little bit more and see people, and he's interacting more with people. He's not as depressed as he was, and you get the idea. So whatever it is that's bothering you, you just got to figure it out, man. Hit it head on. Find a solution. Marijuana drinking is not the answer. It's a Band-Aid, and then you wind up with bigger problems. Now you've got the original problem plus a new problem, which is addiction. But Ron, I don't drink all the time. I just smoke pot. Well, or I just smoke pot all the time. I don't drink. It's the same difference. It's still a drug. Yeah, Ron, you drink a lot of coffee. Well, caffeine is a drug, but it's not a mind-altering drug. It's not going to ruin my lungs. It's not going to ruin my brain. It's going to give me a little bit of a lift in the morning when I'm sleepy. That's when I drink coffee. And so in that respect, in my opinion, it's a good drug. At any rate, that's about all I got. What say you, sir?
Well, I was filtering through all the different news stories out there, and I came across one. I didn't realize this, but there's people out there that love cockroaches. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And I mean, when I
Are you
see one,
serious?
I step on them. I hate to say that, but I mean, I just step on them.
What in the world? What kind of person would love a cockroach?
Well, the guy that got arrested
What did he get arrested for?
in Australia, he was trying to sell and market in Australia, which it's not allowed. It's not a species native to Australia. The Madagascar hissing cockroaches.
Oh my God! Oh, those are like
They're 2 to 3 inches long. Yeah, they're big.
wow.
They're big. And they said it was about on the market. It was about $120,000 worth of cockroaches.
What?
He was busted and thrown in jail
Wow.
for bringing them across the border into Australia.
That's an interesting story.
Yeah, I just can't believe it.
Wow.
I didn't know people paid that much for cockroaches.
I can't imagine what the allure would be.
I guess they like to look at them or like to hear them hiss. Don't know.
Okay.
I guess you could feed them to big snakes. I don't know.
That's pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah. And then today is National Iced Tea Day.
Ooh, we like iced tea.
And it's National Frosted Cookie Day.
Ooh, we like cookies.
And then on a personal note, It is National Bed Bug Prevention Day.
Yay!
So I don't know what you do about that, but nobody likes bed bugs, but you can't see them, so I don't know if you know if you have them or not.
I hear about it from some of the students. Their parents say, "Oh yeah, we had bed bugs, and we had to get the exterminator out, and this and that."
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know. I think it just goes with the territory. I think you can be clean as possible and still have bugs.
Yeah.
It's not a perfect world.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that big of a deal myself, but
You think it's time to bug out?
you're so funny. You should be on stage, stage coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's one leaving
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
Have a nice day, Mr. Comedian over here.
Oh,
Is that it?
that's all I got, sir.
Oh man. Well, okay. I guess we can only bore people so much.
That's right.
Okay, guys, listen. This is important. If you don't give up, and you shouldn't, because good things will come if you don't. Eventually, stars are going to line up. When that happens, you're going to be a whole lot better off. So, until that time, after that time, regardless, remember the most important thing to stay all day long is positive.